Hello everyone, welcome back to the first, well no, technically second episode of my survival series that does not actually have a name yet. I'm currently in the middle of destroying this building, and why, you may be asking? Simply I didn't actually like it. There was a whole row of buildings here before. There was four of them, this is the fourth one, this is the final one I've got around to destroying. And I just didn't really like them, if I'm being honest. I built them quite a while ago in the world when I wasn't as good as building, and it was the first free build I ever did in the world, so I didn't use a schematic for it. I just kind of built everything as I went. And at the time, it looked okay to me. About 7 months later, actually, no, more like 9 months later, it just doesn't look nice, if I'm being honest. So today we're going to be rebuilding, no, we're not rebuilding them, we're going to be building something new, entirely new. I'm not going to make it in the same style, I'm just going to build something entirely new over here. But before we do that, obviously we have to get rid of this building. And there we go. That was a good 20 minutes of deconstruction there. It feels really weird to look at now, because obviously for the past, like, God knows how long, I've had that stretch of buildings there, and now it's gone, there's nothing to look at. I mean, that's not entirely a bad thing, because they weren't necessarily the nicest buildings to observe. Anyways, from that though, we did get a lot of materials from that one building, which is good, because well, we're going to need a lot of materials for the build I'm going to do, which I'm sure you saw in the thumbnail. Well, no, obviously you did, because you clicked in the video. Yeah, we need a lot of materials, and I don't have a lot of materials, so we need to go and get the materials. That was not fun. That last recording you saw, I think was like 4 days ago. I don't know what's wrong with me. It takes me so long to do the simplest of tasks. Like, honestly, it took me a while, but I think we've got, for the most part, all the materials we need. So we've got signs, stone, moss. I mean, there's not really much organization here, it's kind of just thrown randomly, but we have all the materials. It took me way too long, like it took me really long to do this, and I don't know why. Like, it's not like I've not been playing Minecraft. I've been playing Minecraft, but I have nothing to show for it. I mean, I guess I did these lampposts and these chairs because I just couldn't be asked to get any more materials. That's it. But we're gonna go into another montage. We're gonna build the house, or the buildings, and then after that we'll do something else. After about 2 days work, we're finally done with the build. To be fair, again, it took like way longer than it should have, because instead of building, most of the time I was watching the Impractical Jokers on my second monitor instead of building, which wasn't the most efficient thing to do. But in the end, we got it done, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's amazing. I mean, I I say this about every build, but I think this might be the best build I've made in the server so far. Let's start with this building, which was the most recent one I made actually. This was the last one that I designed. So obviously, well, beforehand I had these 4 buildings here, and each one of them was covering over a farm. So to kind of keep that theme going on, I've made this building, or I wouldn't say themed, but I've made this building around the cactus farm, which is beneath it. So pretend these bamboo blocks are little cactus bunches. I did some stuff with the armor stands here, so I've made it look like there are cactuses in the composters. Quick side note, but I've just gone to turn off these dispensers because they're extremely annoying, and I don't know how, but a baby gas has managed to maneuver itself into my sorting system, which is all the way down here. So I don't even know how this is possible. I genuinely I've got no clue how he got here. As I was saying, on the side here, I have this LED sign thing that doesn't actually have anything on it yet. I'm waiting for this mod I used to update, because I've got this mod that lets me do like big text on signs. For example, this, where we have these big neon text signs, and the same thing with my honey farm. Overall, it's just a really useful mod for doing signs and detailing. But it's not updated to the newest version, and I've tried it and it's not worked. It's crashed my game, so no signs yet. Under the stairs here, there's a rubbish collection area, so we have some bin bags, and then, I mean, it's not really much of a bin. Just pretend that's a bin, and it's a bin. And then I made this AC thing out of prismarine and iron and copper. I made it blue because I kind of wanted it to contrast against the kind of dark, like these are quite warm colors, and then here we have a cold color, so it works quite nicely. And then I've got some graffiti. I mean, it's supposed to be a graphic of some sort. I mean, graffiti, a poster, whatever. I also forgot to mention that this building was also loosely based off a reference image, so I'll put that in the corner of the screen so you can compare them. This building is supposed to be a noodle shop or a ramen shop. Again, same thing with the signs. I want to have a sign here that says ramen, but I can't. I mean, I do, but it's quite small. Through here, it's like an alleyway that takes you to the back of the build, which we'll get to in a minute. But through here, this is the interior. It's really small. It's just like I said, it's just a tiny ramen shop. I mean, I had space to fill, so I just wanted to put something in here. So we have a small chair, some pots, plant, and then some pig cooking on the stove. I mean, that's it, really. There's a really small interior. There's not really too much to this build. I mean, we've got this pipe going up the side. It's slightly overgrown. You've got some moss and azalea leaves, and then some. I don't really know what these were. I mean, I guess they're like hanging sheets that someone's put out the window. I'm not sure. It looks cool. It works nicely. And then we have again a splash of blue at the front with some plants. And yeah, that's it really. I mean, no interior. This building also, I mean, this whole building's one piece of this bit and this bit. I also used a reference image for this one. However, I changed it up probably more than the last one. So again, I'll put this in the corner so you can compare them. This building's probably going to be the moss building. So when I build a new moss farm in it, that's where it's going to be. Hiding up in the window there's a strange mustached man. I'm not sure how he got there, but there's a man in the window. I'm actually really proud of this section of the building. So it's kind of like I mean, it's not an alleyway because this whole side's open. I don't know what you'd describe it as. It's just kind of like a passing bit. I tried to make it as detailed as possible. So we have, again, another AC. No blue this time. It's just tough and iron. We've got graffiti on the walls. This building's also quite overgrown. So we've got moss growing on the wall. And then we have some bins here. Some bin bags. And then there's just clutter on the floor. Clutter all over the floor. This is one of those like when you got homeless dudes and they have like a barrel It's got a fire in it. That's supposed to be that. And on the side there's some cups here with some pots. We have a guttering here that's leaking out and it's spilling over into the river, which is a nice detail like this. I got a bit distracted there. I went back and edited the footage I just recorded. Sorry for the bad audio quality. I noticed it wasn't that great in certain times. I was watching Mumbo Jumbo's newest video whilst I was editing the footage, and then I ended up putting this spruce support beam thing under the bridge because I thought it was lacking something. I like it. I think it looks quite nice. The spruce wood though is kind of a placeholder because I think the I don't know what it's called, like the poplar, the new wood that's coming out in the next update, the grey wood, is gonna look so much better with the tough instead of using spruce. So it's just a placeholder for now. But yeah, back to the main focus of the video. We have the back of the build now, which is actually a first for me because I never really bothered with the backs, but it just felt different this time. I felt like I had to do the back, so well, I did the back. Starting with this side, we have some rafters that are going to help us climb to the roof, but we'll get to that later. And then over here, we have some bins. So we have plastic, cans, non-recyclable and recyclable. We have some graffiti on the walls and then some rubbish bins. Through here is a sneak peek at the interior. For these two buildings, there's nothing really notable. It's pretty much it's the exact same as the buildings behind them because I just copy and pasted them in the schematic. This building though, this is different. We have kind of a cactus like production line, so we have some cacti rolling out on a conveyor belt from the shop, and then we have some pots that have the cactus in them, and then even bigger blocks of cactus. There's also a bit of overgrowth on the top of the building, so you can see some moss with some glowberry vines leaking down, which is a nice feature. I like doing that with moss. It feels a lot more realistic. Through here, I actually forgot to show off, but it's just a little like side piece in the alleyway. So you've got a bin, paintings, and then candles and some more bin bags. Now down here, I don't really know what to call this, but I've kind of seen them in. Well, obviously, I've not been to Japan myself, but I've kind of seen them in videos and whatnot. And it's this kind of like aqueduct, I guess you could call it, that cuts through the middle of the city. And there's leaves and dead plants and twigs all caught up in the stream with some pipes and then flowers, and it's all very mossy and overgrown. And then this bit here, this is actually going to lead into the sewer system that I have. I haven't actually expanded over to this bit, but I do plan on. But for those who don't know, I have a spiraling sewer system under that section of the city, which I do want to eventually bring over to this part, and this is going to be one of the entrances to it. Now, going up the rafters is going to bring us to the roof. So my goal for the roof was to try and make it really detailed and have lots of like exposed mechanisms and whatnot. So here we have a small like chill out spot. So we have an ice box for drinks and whatnot. And then we have a chair with an umbrella. Look out onto the view. We've got some empty cans here. Down here, these are some solar panels, and I don't really know what this is supposed to be. It's just kind of like some mechanical thing. I honestly don't know. I just kind of started placing redstone blocks until something looked cool. This little hut here is going to serve as either another way to get up to the roof when I do the interior, or just a room, really. And also along the floors, we have these rails that connect all of the AC units. This bit is like a camp almost, so maybe there's like some homeless man living up here. So I did a little bit of work with the armor stands we have, the armor stand mod on the server. The armor stand mod that we have on the server. So this is just basically a really big carpet that I stretched over some fence posts to make a nice little tent. We have a bit of storage for the homeless man to use with some rubbish he's collected, and then over here we have a campfire and a cauldron. Maybe he's cooking some food or something. I don't really know, but it's a small camp for a mysterious homeless man. This bit is this is the roof of the cactus building. When I was building it, it kind of felt a bit empty, so I added this like pod thing at the top. On the side we have some pipes, and then that's the AC pipe thingy going up to the top. And you can also see again an example of an AC unit, and that leading into this little fan thingamajig. And it also has rails which lead into this crafter. Again, I just kind of threw down random redstone blocks into it look cool, which I think it did. I think I did a pretty good job of this. And then up top here we have these power line thingies. They just look pretty cool, and they're that's not right. But yeah, no, they just kind of look cool, and they add detail. It's just something to look at instead of leaving the skyline a bit blank. It fills it up and it makes it look cool. Also, I don't know if my voice sounds bad or not, but my throat feels like it's really dry. I don't know what's happened over the past half an hour, but it's killing me. And I've had to cut out like 20 voice cracks. I don't know what's wrong with my voice, man. It's awful. But anyways, the moral of today's video is that sometimes you probably should get rid of your old builds. Because if I hadn't redone this area, it would look pretty bad, if I'm being honest. And I'm thinking back, and I'm really glad that I did rip down those buildings and put this here instead, because it's just elevated this area so much, and it's so much nicer than what it was before. Oh, and I also forgot to show off this area, which is I did this separately actually. I only did it like last night. I added some flowers behind the leaves to kind of make them look like berry bushes, I guess. Well, I don't know. It's just like little splashes of colour, and it fits quite well. And then also here I've got this sewer pipe leaking out into the river. And then we have this nice bridge made out of campfires. And then around it we've got twigs and dead bushes stuck in the stream that have come from the sewer. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for making it to the end and watching the whole thing. I'll see you guys in the next video, and goodbye. Oh my god. Oh my Jesus Christ. That's a really big fish. Okay, goodbye everyone.